Liebe Kolleginnen und Kollegen, ja, das war Porsche pur
That was pure Porsche in around 70 seconds.
Willkommen zu unserer
Welcome to our annual press conference.
Wir befinden uns hier im Porsche
We are
Museum
here at the Porsche Museum in Stuttgart-Zuffenhausen, at the heart of our brand.
Tradition und
This
Moderne
is where tradition and modernity is combined, and a symbol for that is the new 911 GT3 next
Zum
to
heutigen
me.
Ablauf. Oliver Blume und Lutz
Our plan for today, Oliver Blume and Lutz Meschke will present the topics to you.
Oliver Blume,
Our chairman of the executive board, Oliver Blume, will give you an overview of the most important events and key figures of the past year 2020. He will talk about the strategy and focus on sustainability.
unser stellvertretender Vorstandsvorsitzender
Our deputy chairman of the executive board and responsible for finance, Lutz Meschke, will give you the detailed key figures and will take you on a journey to the investment strategy of Porsche and digital transformation.
Und damit
That
spiele ich
should
den
be
Ball
it.
rüber zu
And now
Oliver
I
Blume.
hand over directly to Oliver Blume.
Vielen Dank, Sebastian.
Thank you very much, Sebastian.
Herzlich willkommen auch von
warm
meiner
welcome
Seite.
also
Schön, dass Sie
from
da
me.
sind im Stream.
It's
vor dem
great that
Bildschirm,
you
bei
joined
Ihnen
us
im
in
Büro
the stream,
oder zu Hause.
in front of your screens, in your office or at
2020
home.
war ein
2020
außergewöhnliches Jahr
was an
für uns
extraordinary year for all of
Ein
us.
Jahr, das uns
A
vor
year
Herausforderungen
that confronted us with challenges.
Gleichzeitig
At the
war es
same
ein Jahr,
time, it was
in
a
dem wir bei
year
Porsche
in
unsere
which
Kunden
we
begeistert
at
haben.
Porsche inspired
Allen
our
voran
customers,
natürlich
first
mit
and foremost
faszinierenden
with
neuen
fascinating new models.
Da ist zunächst der Porsche 911.
There is the new
Die
Porsche 911.
Erfolgsgeschichte der
In
Sportwagen-Ikone
2020,
haben
we
wir
wrote a new
2020
chapter in the success story of our
neuen
sports car
Modellen
icon,
wie dem
with
911
new models
Turbo
like
S
the
und
911
Turbo
Turbo S
als
and the
Coupé
Turbo
und
as a
Cabrio.
coupe and cabriolet.
Außerdem haben wir den
Furthermore,
neuen
we
Targa
presented the new
präsentiert.
Targa.
Und mit dem 50s Modell
And
die erste
with the
Heritage
50s model,
Design
we
Edition.
presented the first Heritage Design Edition.
Die 718 Baureihe
The 718 model series was expanded by the GTS 4.0, an especially agile and exclusive six-cylinder variant of the 718 models.
Mit dem Cayenne GTS
With the Cayenne GTS and the GTS Coupe, we
sportlich
introduced two
abgestufte
sporty
Cayenne-Derivate
Cayenne derivatives.
Und der neue
And the new
mehr
Panamera
Leistung,
brings more
mehr
performance,
Fahrdynamik,
more driving
mehr Komfort
dynamics, more
und mehr
comfort,
elektrische
and
Reichweite.
more electric range.
Mit diesem Produkt
Due to this product Powerplay, we were delighted to receive numerous awards. At the Automotorsport, more than 100,000 readers elected Porsche to be the most trustworthy brand. We are especially delighted by this feedback. All in all, Porsche shows the most positive development of all automotive brands worldwide. And Porsche has the best design, from the 911 to the Taycan. Within 1 year, the Taycan received more than 50 awards, among these for being the most innovative vehicle in the world. No other Porsche model has ever before won so many prizes in such a short period of time. Porsche is an attractive employer. That's the result of our annual trend indicator that has been increasing for 5 years in a row. That is also reflected in the low fluctuation rate. The ratio is clearly less than 1%. At the employer and graduate rankings, we are also on top, especially in the area of engineering sciences. At the IT graduates, Porsche is now the most attractive automotive company directly behind Apple, Google and Microsoft. In the current Women's Career Index, we rank second. The jury praised the overall package, from job sharing and flexible working time models up to different diversity initiatives. The development of women with equal opportunities is especially important for us. As of August, Barbara Frankel will reinforce our executive management team. She succeeds Uwe Carstenstetter, who will retire after more than 47 years working for the Volkswagen Group. For decades, he has been standing for a strong leadership, fairness, and teamwork. Under his guidance, Porsche procurement was operationally and strategically prepared for the challenges of transformation in an exemplary way. Barbara Frankel has a comprehensive expertise for her new task on the supplier and on the customer side. Currently, she is the head of the sales region Europe, and she's giving the European market important impetus and developed it further in a profitable way opposed to the trend. In the past year, the employee figure at Porsche remained constant. Currently, we are employing about 36,000 people. In the middle of the coronavirus year and the big transformation of the automotive industry, we set an important example. The jobs of our colleagues at Porsche are also safe in the future. Together with the employees' representatives, we agreed upon a job security for the core workforce up to 2030. We set the course for automotive change really early. We focus on what makes our brand strong and differentiates ourselves from other manufacturers. It is about 5 criteria: distinctive design, the Porsche typical performance, and our high aspiration for quality. But also sporty traveling by quick charging and the driver experience play an important role. Porsche will also in the future offer what makes Porsche unique. To focus on the essentials. That was also true for the work within the brand group. The restructuring of Bentley was successful. With a strong teamwork, the company returned into the black. And from 2018 to 2019, the company could increase the profit by 300 million euros. Productivity also increased by 50% due to a tough restructuring program. All main key figures clearly improved over the past 3 years. After having completed the Bentley turnaround, now the company will be integrated into the Audi premium luxury segment as part of restructuring of the Volkswagen Group. Motorsports is and remains a core element of our Porsche DNA. In 2020, Porsche won at many emotional races like Petit Le Mans, Laguna Seca, Sebring and Spa are just a few of them. For the new LMDH class in the WEC and the IMSA, we decided to develop a prototype. With this, as of 2023, we once again want to fight for the overall win at the classic long-distance races in Le Mans, Daytona or Sebring. The pandemic was the dominating topic of 2020. Our life was subject to a stress test. At Porsche, we managed the pandemic right from the start in a responsible and systematic way. In spring, our production had to be interrupted for 6 weeks. A lot of trade offices were also closed for longer. We reacted in a strategic and flexible way to these challenges. We concentrated on protecting health, mobile working, safeguarding jobs, and worldwide support programs. Commercially, we safeguarded our liquidity, stabilized our profit, and further improved the break-even. Economic success and social responsibility go hand in hand at Porsche. In this challenging year, we reinforced our social commitment. We checked in a targeted way where we can help. With the program Porsche Helps, more than 200 individual projects were supported. Furthermore, a lot of employees worked voluntarily. Porsche is not only a partner to society in times of crisis. In a targeted and coordinated way, we support activities in the area of education, culture and sports. One of our partners are the Stuttgart Ballet and their John Cranko School or the Leipzig Gewandhaus Orchestra. In sports, we are active with the youth initiatives in football, Turbo for Talents, and we also support young tennis players. Our Ferry Porsche Foundation, founded in 2008, was very active in the past year. The foundation supports projects in the areas of science, research, research, education, training and vocational training. In doing so, we mainly focus on children and adolescents. Despite the corona pandemic, 2020 was all in all a good year for Porsche. A proof for this are the key figures. Our sales reached an all-time high with 28.7 billion euro in 2020. Operating profit amounted to 4.2 billion euro. The return on sales is 14.6%. With this, despite the coronavirus crisis, we are still in our strategic target corridor. This is a great success for our whole team. In this difficult environment, we have proven solidarity, team spirit and passion. Very typical for Porsche. For this reason, we will also have a special bonus for our colleagues this year. For the hard work done, our employees at Porsche AG will receive up to 7,850 euros. Another proof of the figures, Porsche is weatherproof also in the crisis thanks to our business model, our innovative products, our strategic orientation and our motivated team. We started with a very high talk into the year 2021. The deliveries and the order intakes show we are on the right and strong track. We are convinced we need to create the basis today for the success of tomorrow. This is why we continue to invest in future topics like electromobility and digital transformation. That was the look back to 2020. Lutz Meschke will now present to you the key figures of Porsche.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, I would also like to extend a warm welcome to you. Oliver Blume has already said it. We have succeeded in steering Porsche steadily through the coronavirus crisis. We reacted quickly and acted resolutely to secure liquidity and the result. With remarkable success. Porsche remained on track in this challenging environment. And what's more, compared to our record year 2019, we were even able to improve some key figures. Sales revenue was 177 million euros above our previous high from the prior year at 28.7 billion euros. And our new vehicle deliveries remained largely stable. No other competitor has managed to get through the crisis as well as we did. The extraordinary strength of the Porsche business model can, however, be seen above all in our excellent profitability. Our operating result improved to 4.2 billion euros. That means 350 million euros more than in 2019 if you take the special items at the time into account. And once again, the pandemic year 2020 showed our extraordinarily robust profitability. And this becomes even clearer when we take a look at our operating return on sales. It's amount to 14.6%. This is a top result that was unequaled by the competition in 2020. This makes Porsche once again the top earner in the Volkswagen Group. And I think we can be proud of this, very proud. And here the whole Porsche team has shown excellent teamwork. I would like to thank all our employees for this performance, which is a global benchmark. This makes us stand out massively from the development of the global economy in general and the automotive industry in particular. Because of the pandemic, the global economy was in reverse gear. In total, it declined by 4%. In the automobile sector in 2020, only 68 million cars were sold. This is 15.2% less than in the previous year. In Western Europe, just under 1/4 fewer vehicles were delivered. In North America, the decrease was approximately 16%. Even in China, there was a decline by 6.5%. In view of such figures, I believe we can be truly satisfied with our margin. And there is one thing I would like to underline. We have not bought this excellent profitability by sacrificing our investments in the future. On the contrary, we are driving the topics of the future forward even more consistently than before, be it sustainability, electric mobility, or digital transformation, with resoluteness, high speed, and significant financial expense. By 2025, we will invest 15 billion euros in this. Our profitability is therefore not the result of a strict savings program. Rather, it is the result of the systematic implementation of our strategy, our high level of efficiency and flexibility of our processes, as well as our solid financing structure. With this, we have been able to significantly refine our ambitious profitability program during the coronavirus crisis. By 2025, we intend to first improve our result by 10 billion euros on a cumulative basis, and after that by 3 billion euros per year. However, it's not just about mere saving. Our aim is to support our result in the long term with a range of intelligent measures. This includes greater efficiency, better market exploitation, a focused product substance, and a leaner administration. In addition, we will expand our product portfolio and we will complement our core business with new digital business models. And we are right on track. Thanks to cross-divisional teamwork, more than 2,500 individual measures have already been identified to date. With these measures, we will ensure our ability to secure our ambitious result targets. And the program is effective. It has made a significant contribution to our fundamentally sound cost structure. Porsche has stabilized and optimized its break-even point yet again. And it is important to remember that our profitability program does not cut jobs. Our profitability program secures jobs. The net liquidity in the automotive subgroup has developed to 3 billion euros compared to the previous year, and this amounts to an increase to 1.2 billion euros. The cash flow from operating activities in 2020 amounted to 4.9 billion euros after just under 4.5 billion euros in the previous year. In terms of deliveries, at about 272,000 vehicles, we are only 3% below the record figure of the year 2019, despite the temporary closure of Porsche centers. In particular, in the markets of Asia-Pacific, Africa and Middle East, we can draw a positive conclusion. The number of vehicles handed over there even increased compared to the previous year. The same applies to China. Porsche China celebrates today its 20-year anniversary. In 2001, we delivered just a few handfuls of cars there. And today, China is our largest single market, with just under 90,000 vehicles delivered in the past year. What a success story! And in this context, I would like to emphasize one more thing. Unit numbers are not a relevant key figure for us. At Porsche, the focus is on exclusivity. With regard to the financial strength of Porsche, the strong development of our financial service provider played an important role. The globally active Porsche Financial Services Group was able to maintain its high profitability and increased its market penetration in countries such as China and remained at a stable level in the past year with regard to its profitability. Its return on equity was 27.1%. So we can be very optimistic that in the year 2021 we will achieve a return on sales of 15% once again if the overall economic framework conditions remain stable. You can find more details in our latest annual and sustainability report. You can find it online as well in the Porsche newsroom. Talking about sustainability, in 2020, Porsche was awarded the prime status for the first time by the sustainability rating agency ISS Ökom ESG. In our line of industry, this puts us in the top group of best-in-class companies and makes us the first choice for sustainable investors. The standardized ESG criteria are going to be implemented with a binding effect throughout the whole company. In the future, we will have our sustainability performance reviewed annually with an ESG rating. This will further strengthen the trust of the financial markets in the long-term success of Porsche. You will hear further interesting details on sustainability later by Oliver Blume. In summary, I venture to make the following prediction. Porsche will emerge stronger from the coronavirus crisis because our products are exciting, because we have a strong team, and because we will continue to invest resolutely and sustainably in the future, despite the pandemic and despite any accompanying challenges in our industry. And I'm confident due to our huge progress in the digital transformation. Porsche has made a clear decision for change, for transformation. We are consistently taking out the old and bringing in the new as a digitally enabled company. Because we know that only if we change continuously will Porsche always remain Porsche and also be successful in the future. We set the transformation process into motion with determination a few years ago. Digitalization has long become a key component of our strategy, and it is being implemented systematically. So what are the topics that we're focusing on? First of all, the customer. The customer is at the heart of what we do at Porsche. Also, when it comes to digital products and services, it is essential for us that customers and users have an all-round exciting experience with them. And this is what they can expect from Porsche. The second topic is speed. We want to and must become even faster. In times of rapid change and disruptive upheavals, speed and agility take on an extremely important strategic value. Thirdly, trust. Above all, this means the trust of our customers in our digital products and services. But it's also about the correct handling of their data. Our aim is to ensure that data privacy is always guaranteed. And directly connected to this is topic number 4, data-driven. Only when customers trust us can we generate data. It is on this basis that we make decisions leading to better products and services. And this is how we create clear added value for our customers and for our company. A very important field of action is the digitalization of our products. Let's take a look at China as an example. Since 2015, it has been Porsche's largest single market. Here, the customer demands with regard to connectivity in our vehicles has increased tremendously. Porsche customers in China are on average a good 15 years younger than our European customers. And they have a marked affinity for innovative technologies. They want to have networked vehicles that can be seamlessly integrated into their highly digitalized lives. This is an expectation that we must and will fulfill, because China is setting the trends for the global market. What we are experiencing there will soon determine the demand in North America and Europe. At the same time, the competitive landscape is changing at a rapid pace. New players are coming onto the market and are turning the world as we know it today completely upside down. These are high-tech companies rooted in the IT industries that are shaking up the competition with new business models. They completely rethink mobility, and digital is already part of their DNA. Digitalization, therefore, remains a top priority for Porsche. We are driving the transformation forward, and with global investments of around 1 billion euros per year. Of this, more than 800 million will go directly to digitalization projects. A further 150 million euros per year have been approved by the Executive Board for investments in startup and venture capital companies. And we're going to hear more about this later. Our goal is, we want to bring the Porsche experience into the digital era with passion and pioneering spirit. As pioneers, we use innovative digital technologies to make our products and services even better. Porsche will become a leading provider of digital mobility solutions in the premium segment. Because there is one thing that is very clear to us. In the future, automotive brands will differentiate themselves mainly from the competition with their capabilities in the areas of digitalization and connectivity. It is the software that will make the crucial difference in the future. For this reason, in 2016, we established Porsche Digital. The key task of this subsidiary is to find new business models and to scale them, but also to optimize existing products in our core business. Porsche Digital is now present in 8 locations worldwide. Ladies and gentlemen, we will develop our digital capabilities further with a resolute approach and at high speed. It is the only way that Porsche will remain successful in the long term. With digital technologies and methods, we will systematically increase efficiency, precision and quality of our processes. This makes us even faster and more flexible. The transformation is accelerated by means of our living ecosystem with strategic partners. And by investing in innovative startups, we are gaining access to new technologies, skills and business models. And I'm going to give you more details about the last point in a minute. Thank you very much.
In the past year, we set up the Porsche Strategy 2030. It defines the direction for the upcoming years. With this, we will be even more sustainable and customer-centric and remain highly profitable. Why a new strategy now? Many targets of the strategy 2025 have already been achieved, partly quicker than actually planned. In the past 5 years, we set up an exemplary product campaign. The Taycan, the new 911, or successful derivatives like the Cayenne Coupe. Our products fulfill dreams. In the past years, we could set new benchmarks for quality, innovation, and digitalization. The value of our brand and our company has increased significantly. The very well-known sentence, "Ferry Porsche," is still our mission. In the beginning, I looked around and could not find the car I dreamt of, so I decided to build it myself. This pioneering spirit is our motivation. The vision makes clear what Porsche's actions are aiming at: to be the brand for those who follow their dreams. For this, we have set ourselves ambitious targets. With our products and services, we want to inspire our customers. This is the utmost target for us. We only achieve that with satisfied employees. This is why we want to be an attractive employer. Basis for our company is and remains profitable management. We stick to our target, a return on sales of 15%. Even if the financial challenges in the transformation are considerably higher than in the past. Above all is sustainability. We focus here on the overall supply chain, from purchase of raw materials to recycling, for our processes and for our products. With the Porsche Strategy 2030, we set visionary guidelines. Our strategic work concentrates on 6 strategic areas: our customers, our products, and the sustainability of our actions: digitalization, organization, and the transformation of our company. Content-wise, the focus is, for instance, on the digital Porsche ecosystem, our innovation management, and the development of our employees. The implementation of the strategy initiatives is done worldwide in cross-functional teams, consistently controlled in all Porsche societies. The central point in our strategy are our products, of course. We think in 4 dimensions according to our Porsche culture. Family stands for the strong product basis with emotional derivatives like, for instance, the Cayenne Coupe. Sportiness stands for image products like our GT models closely connected to motorsports. Passion, this is what characterizes our lifestyle products like our Heritage Design Edition. The successes of past decades are interpreted in a modern way, and pioneering spirit stands for future products with electric drive and a high degree of digitalization. With regard to the drives, we are also visionary, with efficient gasoline engines, performant hybrids, and pure electric models. With this, we are fully flexible in transformation of the worldwide markets. Our gasoline engines are consistently developed further. They are becoming more and more efficient with every new generation. And we set e-fuels, that means on almost CO2 neutrally created synthetic fuel. Together with our partners, for instance Siemens Energy, we push the industrialization of e-fuels. Porsche invests around 20 million euro into a pilot plant to prepare this technology for the large scale. We also think of the application of e-fuels in motorsports, in vehicle testing, when first filling our new vehicles in our plants and in the Porsche experience centers. With e-fuels, our Porsche classic cars or our hybrid models could drive in the future almost CO2 neutrally. And current sports cars like the new 11 that do not allow for fully electric drives due to their concepts can drive almost CO2 neutrally in the future thanks to e-fuels. When developing hybrids even further, we think into two directions. On the one hand, we focus on range-optimized vehicles that achieve a higher electric range with improved battery systems, a range of more than 80 kilometers. On the other hand, we are working on high performance-oriented vehicles, for instance, on very sporty and high-performance hybridization of the 911 that we already know for motorsports. For the pure e-vehicles, it will be about advanced batteries with high energy and power density in the future, with quicker charging and longer ranges. The e-motors and power electronics will be even more powerful and efficient in the future. Porsche today is worldwide leading in quick charging. We also see further development potential in this area. 1 out of 3 Porsche new cars had a hybrid or electric drive in 2020. By 2025, this should be 1 out of 2 vehicles, and in 2030, even more than 80%. To make the use of e-vehicles for customer attractive, comfortable, and climate-friendly, we need an area-wide charging infrastructure with a high share of regenerative energies. The expansion of the quick charging infrastructure by Ionity in Europe is making good progress. There are already 330 stations up and running. To expand the network further is planned. In parallel, Porsche expands its own charging infrastructure in 4 dimensions. With the home charging offer, our customers can charge their vehicles comfortably when at home. Dealer charging means equipping all Porsche centers with quick charging hardware, delivering up to 350 kilowatts output. Currently, we have more than 300 dealers equipped. The worldwide destination charging offer of Porsche encompasses already 1,800 charging points at premium partners. This refers to exclusive hotels, restaurants, golf or tennis clubs. And the network will be expanded continuously. Highway charging supplements the Ionity network by an own high-performance charging infrastructure for our customers along the European primary traffic arteries, exclusively equipped for a brand-typical charging experience. With the Porsche charging service, our customers already have access to more than 150,000 charging points in 20 countries. Porsche is in an excellent position for the future. We stand for profitable core business, visionary technologies, and Porsche-typical values. For more than 70 years, we have been going this way, consistently and successfully. In the core business, we are excellently positioned with our exclusive brand and a strong product portfolio. With returns of around 15%, we deliver continuously high results, even in the pandemic year 2020. Our future is shaped in a visionary and innovative way. In 2030, more than 80% of our new vehicles will be electrified. We are progressive and courageous, and we have a clear focus on the future technologies. This refers to enabler technologies like charging infrastructure for electric vehicles and e-fuels for combustion engines. Core technologies like high-performance battery cells and battery systems. And digital technologies for our Porsche ecosystem and the driver experience. In the tech business, we follow new ideas to tap future business potentials and identify trends. We cooperate with innovative partners like, for instance, Rimac. And we use the know-how of our Porsche subsidiaries. From process design to digital implementation, we have more than 5,000 international employees. So this is a strong competence in the full technological bandwidth. Apart from the business and technology aspects, our values are the basis for our identity. This is why sustainability is a central pillar in our business model.
Ladies and gentlemen, this brings us to an important question of the future. How has Porsche strategically position itself in the area of investments and partnerships. I'm absolutely convinced that we will reach our return targets in the future only with innovative technologies and additional digital products and services. And not only with our core business. Also in new business fields not directly related to automobile manufacturing. The question that we have to ask ourselves is, make or buy? Porsche can do a lot with its own know-how and efforts. But the further we move away from our core business, the more completely new perspectives and complementary skills are needed. This is where we rely on strategic investments and partnerships, as we do, for example, with Munich Re. Together with the reinsurer and our subsidiary MHP, we established the Flex Factory joint venture in 2020. This joint venture offers flexible digital concepts for small series production. These are very economically efficient and have an enormous potential, because the demand for highly individualized projects is huge and continues to grow. In addition to partnerships with established companies, Porsche also aims to make strategic investments in innovative startups. With Porsche Ventures, we have set up our own venture capital unit. It invests in innovative business models dealing with the topics of customer experience, mobility, and digital lifestyle. Its fields include technologies of the future, such as artificial intelligence, blockchain, and virtual and augmented reality. An example I would like to mention is Vaha. Porsche Ventures invested in the Berlin-based startup in December. This startup offers an interactive fitness mirror. With the help of artificial intelligence, it delivers individual training units into your own home. Another example is our involvement with DSP Concepts. The Californian-based company develops software for processing audio signals. This technology is already being used in more than 40 million devices today. This also includes the Porsche Taycan. With the help of software from DSP Concepts, we were able to implement an independent sound concept in the first fully electric sports car. With our investment, the close collaboration with DSP Concepts is strengthened in the long term. Fulfilling the dreams of our customers, that is Porsche's aim. In doing so, we follow a comprehensive, holistic approach. For us, it is important to expand the Porsche brand with new digital exclusive offerings. And we want to excite our customers with an experience that is typical for the brand, even beyond the fascination of driving a Porsche. We systematically scout the international startup scene for promising new ideas for this purpose. In this scene, we are continuously discovering innovative business models that are a perfect match for Porsche. One of these is called Wayrey. This Swiss startup develops and produces holographic head-up displays with augmented reality technologies for vehicles. Because of its compact dimensions, this high-tech system will also be installed in sports cars in the future. Porsche Ventures invested at the end of 2018 in Wayrey. At the moment, we are testing various application options in our vehicles. In a completely different category, we find Rally. This is an app-based exchange for the purchase and sale of rare collector's items. It is also an ideal platform for the Porsche classic car community that is interested in our historic sports cars. In order to establish additional sources of revenue, we are also looking very far beyond our horizon. One example for that is the booming market for digital fitness offerings. In October of last year, Porsche Ventures invested in the US in Playbook. an online platform which fitness and wellness trainers use to offer the workouts. In January, the investment in the US-based startup Cresta was added. This startup software company, registered in San Francisco, is seen as a leading AI expert. It develops innovative applications for customer support and uses artificial intelligence for this. Cresta will also support Porsche Cars North America in optimizing its customer dialogue in the future. We also strengthen our core business via investments and partnerships. Our particular attention is aimed at forward-looking technologies for electric mobility. In June 2018, Porsche invested in Rimac, a super sports car manufacturer and high-tech supplier from Croatia. We recently decided to increase our shareholding in the company to 24%. Rimac is extremely competent in the areas of high-performance battery systems and electric powertrains, and is fast becoming a Tier 1 supplier for Porsche and other high-technology manufacturers. With Mate Rimac and his team, we have a competent partner at our side. First orders for the development of innovative series component have been placed by Porsche with Rimac. This strategic partnership takes both sides a long way forward. Mate Rimac inspires us with his innovative ideas. The other way around, he benefits from our know-how in production and methodological expertise in development. These are just a few examples of the current pioneering activities that Porsche is engaged in, and this is only the beginning. At the moment, we are defining additional potential playing fields in which we want to establish new business areas. One of these fields could be the smart city. This is, for instance, about orchestrating the urban traffic systems of the future and also about billing systems via platforms. This could be an interesting topic for our subsidiaries, MHP and Porsche Consulting. We see further potentials in the fields of vertical mobility, intelligent enterprises, and sustainability. Whatever direction our journey will take us in the future, we have positioned ourselves very broadly in our strategic approach. We can cover the entire range of the startup landscape. With Porsche Ventures, we have set up a highly successful agile unit for investments, participations, and venture development. At the moment, we have direct investments in 21 promising startups in China, the US, Europe, and Israel. In addition to that, we have invested internationally in 8 venture capital funds. Our powerful ecosystem includes the company builder Forward 31 with registered offices in Berlin, a new business unit of Porsche Digital. Together with external founders, Forward 31 is building an international portfolio of independent startups. The goal is to identify future-oriented growth areas for digital business in which Porsche can tap into new customer groups. We have already invested in 5 startups that are supported by Forward 31. An important and proven pillar of our ecosystem is Apex. This joint venture started in 2018 with the media house Axel Springer and invests in ambitious startups with innovative digital business models. As an early-stage investor and accelerator, Apex supports newly established companies on their way to success. To date, Apex has invested in more than 70 startups from 20 countries, from 20 industries. At the beginning of this year, Axel Springer and Porsche decided to further increase the investment. With that, Apex now has a total capital amounting to 55 million euros. By 2022, the portfolio will be expanded to 200 startups. And all of these commitments serve one goal. We want to learn more and develop Porsche strategically. By 2025, we intend to generate a double-digit percentage of our total revenue with digital services, and of course also make money with that. Even today, our investments and partnerships are already contributing to profits. We will step by step develop this further. With the Porsche Strategy 2030, we have laid the foundation for this. We have already taken the first successful steps. And we will now continue along this path. Thank you very much.
The connection between performance and design. The feeling of being one with the surface.
Despite things are changing so fast, it's part of Porsche to further develop things. And at the same time still keep the connection to the history.
At Porsche, we assume responsibility for future generations. Sustainability is our basic attitude and an integral part of our corporate strategy. We think sustainability in a holistic way, economically, ecologically, and socially. We are active in 6 strategic fields: decarbonization, recycling, diversity, responsible supply chain, transparency and corporate governance, and as a partner of society. In the area of decarbonization, we set ourselves a very ambitious target for the next decade. In 2030 already, Porsche wants to be calculatory CO2 neutral throughout the complete supply chain. A decisive role plays the utilization phase of our vehicles that should be CO2 neutral in the future. With this, Porsche is exemplary in the automotive industry. Especially as exclusive manufacturer of sports cars, we want to be a role model with this ambitious target, globally for our society and our customers. What are we doing in this area? Primarily, we will avoid CO2 emissions. Wherever this is not possible, we reduce continuously and consistently CO2 emissions. The compensation by the acquisition of CO2 certificates only plays a subordinate role for us. We focus on the whole supply chain, from product development and manufacturing to utilization and the recycling of our products. The main share of CO2 emissions is generated in the use phase of our vehicles. This is why Porsche relies on a consistent changeover to electromobility. After the Taycan and the Taycan Cross Turismo, the Macan is the next milestone. Our bestseller will be launched on the market in the new generation as fully electric version. Around 20% of the CO2 emissions are generated in the supply chain. We cooperate very closely with our partners and support them in considerably reducing their CO2 emissions. With the sustainability rating, we also request a self-declaration, and we are doing on-site audits. We only place orders when the sustainability requirements are fulfilled. One of the biggest drivers for CO2 emissions in the supply chain of electric vehicles are the high-voltage battery cells. This is why we contractually obligate our suppliers to use renewable energies in production. At the same time, we work on the cell chemistry of the battery so that we we need less pollutive raw materials like cobalt. Furthermore, we extend the use of renewable energies and recycled materials. In the interior, for instance, we use recycled plastics, and we check where we can increase the share of recycled materials in the vehicle for steel and aluminum parts. For instance, rims and specific structure parts could be used for recycled aluminium. We improve our record, especially when renewable energies are used for producing aluminium. Our target in the manufacturing process is to have a production without environmental impact. We have made a lot of progress in this area. The Taycan factory in Zuffenhausen was the first production location of Porsche in 2019, where we had CO2 neutral production. Since this year, we are completely CO2 neutral at all our big Porsche locations in Zuffenhausen, Weissach and Leipzig. How did we achieve that? First of all, we increased the energy efficiency considerably. Since 2014, we could reduce the energy consumption per vehicle in the Porsche production by more than 25%. In parallel, we changed our energy supply completely to renewable resources. In Zuffenhausen, we get our electricity from water, solar and wind power plants. And we have 4 highly efficient combined heat and power plants powered by biogas. We just need to compensate a small unavoidable amount of less than 2%. And we are also tackling the CO2 footprint in the utilization phase of our battery electric vehicles. Our target is to reduce the climate effects of our vehicles to zero in their utilization phase. This is why we will generate as much green energy as our customers consume. For this, we conclude long-term contracts with utilities. And with this, we increase the pool of available renewable energies. In the next 10 years, we will invest more than €1 billion in decarbonization. We will invest in wind turbines, solar energy, and other climate protection measures. We follow an holistic contribution when it comes to energy turnaround. With the Taycan Cross Turismo, we want to implement this approach for the first time, and then all other models will follow suit. With these extensive measures, we align our corporate targets with climate protection, and we continue to fulfill our customers' dreams. We prove once more, Porsche is the pioneer for sustainable mobility. After this extraordinary year 2020, we can state Porsche is extremely weatherproof, with sustainable guidelines and a strong road holding. With a return on sales of almost 15%, we have impressively proven our business model is robust and flexible. And the outlook for 2021 is also very strong. With the Porsche Strategy 2030, we concentrate on the main visionary fields of action. And at the same time, we invest more than €15 billion in innovative technologies. And by 2030, more than 80% of our vehicles will have an e-motor. We assume responsibility for the society and the environment. And we want to be CO2 neutral by 2030. With this, we stress our claim to leadership in the automotive industry. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Oliver Blume and Lutz Meschke, for your presentations. Dear colleagues, the central contents of this annual press conference can be found, as always, in the Porsche newsroom. And there you will also find the business and sustainability report. You can download it or use it as a microsite with more additional information. In the Porsche newsroom, you will also find all the latest press releases and background material as well as multimedia offers. This brings us to the end of this annual press conference. We would like to thank you for your attention. Have a productive day and stay safe.